Well, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's latest tweet and comment has now stoked a huge controversy, with the BJP gunning not just for her but for the entire Congress party. But first, let's break down what is it that she said. Essentially, she was talking in the context of the Israeli Prime Minister being greeted warmly by America. And she's saying that one should never ever forget the kind of crimes which have been committed by the Israelis against the innocent Palestinians, how a large number of children, women and young men and women have already been targeted, and therefore it is important to stand up and protest. Well, the BJP has now started to attack her on multiple grounds, and also the Congress. We know, as far as India's foreign policy is concerned, which doesn't really matter which party is in power at the center, but this has been the cardinal principle of India's non-aligned policy, is that just as we do not interfere into the internal affairs of other countries, we also don't expect others to interfere into our internal affairs. Very quickly, every time there has been a demand which has been made by Pakistan to take the Kashmir issue to UN, India has objected and rejected it on the grounds that we do not believe in the internationalization on an issue which belongs only to India's domestic or internal affairs. So this is the same principle which the BJP is now applying in their objection to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's comment. They're saying we would not want any country, whether it's America or whether it's Israel or any other country, to talk and comment about the Indian affairs. Similarly, what two countries are doing amongst themselves should not really concern us. Why should India or any of our high-profile politicians even comment on what is a bilateral between America and Israel? The second question which the BJP is then asking is, and pointing out, is what they call the double standards of the Congress and of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. They're asking this question, for example, when Americans have often been asked questions by, say, a Pakistani journalist about the Kashmir issue or about the Kavaria issue, or when America has commented on our internal affairs, why is it that she has never commented? Why is it that the Congress party seems to be speaking a language which, to use the words of the BJP, is going to embolden and strengthen the pro-jihadi groups, because one day it's going to come back to bite us. On issues of international affairs, of national security, the Congress has often been caught on a tight spot. In fact, if you remember, every time Rahul Gandhi has travelled abroad, whether to America, UK, Sweden, and if he has talked about the fact that how in India the voice of opposition has been stifled, every time that some of the politicians in the opposition spectrum rejoice over the fact that international newspapers have commented on India's internal affairs, for example, the Supreme Court observations over the Kavaria Yatra and the UP and the Uttarakhand government nameplates order, these politicians seem to be rejoicing. The BJP says this only emboldens our enemies across the border. It is also an anti-national point of view, because at the end of the day, we stand for a country. We will never allow any other country to take advantage of whatever the situation, even if it is seen as being a step back to the Indian government. Because at the end of the day, when the Prime Minister is travelling abroad, when you talk about India abroad, you're talking about your own country. And therefore, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's comments are in the line of fire once again, where the Congress party is now being put into the dock by the BJP by questioning her, as well as the Congress party, that why is it that you're speaking a language which only helps our detractors abroad.